Hey everybody, welcome to Vacuum Wars. This week I took 5 of the most popular 6.5 horsepower wet-dry vacuums and put them through all kinds of tests to find out which was the best and which was the best value, which in this case ended up being the same one. For this video I wanted to test the most powerful wet-dry vacuums, and so all of these have a 6.5 horsepower rating, the most powerful rating that many of these companies offer. They all have a few things in common. For example, they all have the same hose length at 7 feet, they all have the same cord length at 20 feet, they all use 2.5-inch attachments, which means you can order different types of attachments online fairly easily as long as they are 2.5 inches. The horsepower rating does not mean they all have the same airflow and suction power though. I took their suction number and their airflow number and combined them for a power score and found that the Craftsman had the most power, followed by the Rigid and the Workshop. This also seemed consistent with the heavy debris test where the Craftsman was able to pick up the heaviest nuts and bolts. One very good reason to own a wet-dry vac is for picking up water, and so it's critical to have a good water attachment, though I would say that the Rigid was the best, with the Craftsman a very close second. Another important test was with debris on hard floors. Each vacuum had 2 options for this job. The first was the water squeegee tool, which worked exceptionally well with the Rigid, the Craftsman, and the Workshop. The other tool they all had for this was a kind of utility tool, which would be better for this job if you also had large bits of debris to get, but it wasn't quite as easy to control since it was prone to getting stuck on the floor if you didn't maintain a bit of a space between it and the floor, and here they were all about the same. Another important test is their ability to clean cars, and for me this is a simple question: do they have what I call a claw tool, but some people call a car tool, or not? It's pretty much the most used tool in car detailing, and here again the Rigid, Craftsman, and Workshop had one, and all did about the same, and the VacMasters did not come with a claw tool, and thus I had to use the utility tool, which was suboptimal. The VacMaster Beast 14-gallon with the steel tank and the Rigid had a different design than the others, with 2 large wheels in the back. I like them for moving from one place to the other. I did like that you could lock a wheel on the VacMaster 14-gallon, which kept it in place, something that the others didn't have. The VacMaster 14-gallon was also the best for tool storage, as it had a place for every tool, and it was also good with cord and hose management. They were all about the same with noise level, with the notable exception of the Workshop, which was louder and more high-pitched than the others, and it was quite noticeable, almost a deal breaker by itself. I tested their filtration and found no real difference between all 5, though some advertise slightly better filters than others. Finally, the price. They are all very close to the same price, but as of today, this is how they line up from the cheapest to the most expensive. So putting all this together, I think the Craftsman wet-dry vacuum is the best overall and best value. My second place goes to the Rigid, and my third place goes to the VacMaster 14-gallon steel drum.